I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero.
You want to race in NASCAR. You want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
Welcome to Dover International Speedway. We're at the Monster Mile and we're here for the second round of the Top Fuel Racing Summer Light Series. Tonight's race called the Vinnie Paul Psycho Holiday at the Monster Mile. And yes, as you can tell by the title, we are paying tribute to one of the greatest musicians in history, and as you can hear by the song in the background, We are paying tribute to the one and only Mr. Vinnie Paul, who sadly passed away recently. And just for those that are watching and thinking of copyright striking me, I have paid for the license for this instrumental, so don't copyright strike me. It wouldn't be worth it. But anyway, we're here with the Pro Masters at Dover. 19 drivers as far as I can count, so 20 drivers set to take the grid here. It's going to be fun, it's going to be fast paced, it's going to be furious. And again, we are here to pay tribute to this man, Mr. Vinnie Paul, who sadly passed away from a heart attack recently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go quiet for a minute and let the song play out, because this is a tribute to this man, the man known as Vinnie Paul. Well, the song coming to its conclusion, but we are just beginning here on Both for Broadcasting. We have qualifying underway right now. Must have been the local DJ, but let's listen to this last part of the song. And that song was Cowboys from Hell by Pantera, paying tribute to the one and only Mr. Vinnie Paul, who passed away almost a month ago now, it seems. So definitely sad thing to happen. Don't worry about the white screen on your screens there. White scene on your screens. There you go. That is fog you're seeing right there, as we're seeing a smoking Paul Crum, right, as we just come to the screen. Not sure what happened to him, but let's get into it. Carl Burke just finishing his qualifying run. He is on the pole so far. Sage Karam out on track when Trading Paints decides to keep up in that greyed out Marlboro paint scheme. Currently sitting P7 right now. James Bunce, debutant here, is not out on track, is he? I'm not sure. It won't let me see it. We're looking at Rick Raven there in the 17. Had a bad race in the first round, hoping to recover from that this time around. Look at the fog out there. You can barely see him on your screen there. Quite a lot of drivers finishing up the qualifying runs. Ronnie Osmer was the Sage Karam's closest challenger here at in Top Fuel in the Summer Light Series last week when we went to Lucas Oil. And it's definitely hoping to get a better run here tonight. Go on, better, maybe get the win. Can we see James Bunce now? There he is, just going into his pit box. He's running that classic Williams scheme. Kevin Pasquich, another debutant here tonight in the number 11 machine. Running the classic Phenomenal evolution scheme. I need to make you a new one, KP. I do apologise. Ronnie Osmond just jumping up to P5 there. Great position there for him to be in. Would have liked to have been up there with Sage Karam and Rick Raven, who have locked out the front row so far here tonight. Got Brinson there in the Vinnie Paul number 14. Made that paint scheme for him today, and he's very proud of it. Got Vinnie Paul tribute on it. It's even got Vinnie Paul on the nose cone, so good to see that out there tonight. Let's go to another driver, Mark Walker, out on track. And the Harley Davidson number 36. It looks like he's bringing it pit side now as he spins it. Coming into pit road. Don't hit anything, Mark. It doesn't pull Crumb right. He's out on track as well now. Dominic Byrne making his debut here tonight as well. He's out on track in that pink power number 86 Pro Mazda. It's Hello Kitty paint scheme, but we won't hold that against him. See what he can put down as he comes towards turn 3. Out of turn 4 and towards the line. What's in P15? Got the resident Aussie coming out on track now. He is in the 184, driving the classic Jaguar scheme. I didn't notice it, but Kevin Pasquich put his drive into P10 there, so great lap for him on his debut. See what KOB can do here. Again, look at the fog. Comes towards turn 3. Out of turn 4. Let's see what he can get here. Only good enough for 17th on his first lap. Let's see what he can do on his second. He comes out of turn 2. Sticking to the bottom line this time. This track is like Daytona for these cars, so they can go flat-footed all the way round. Out of turn 4 now. And across the line. What's in P13? Not bad for the 184. There is Chris Walker just coming out of pit road there. So not sure what's going on there. But anyway, that looks like it's going to be qualifying over at this present moment. So I'm going to step away for just a couple of minutes so we can reset and get ready for the race. And I'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the national anthem. As you rejoined us live here at Dover International Speedway, Top Fuel Racing Summer Light Series, the Vinnie Paul Psycho Holiday at the Monster Mile. Let's go to the grid for tonight's race, and Sage Karam getting the pole here again tonight. He'll be joined on the front row by his own teammate Rick Raven. Second row will be Michael Jeans and Carl Burke. Row 3 will be Ronnie Osmer and Jeff Hollingsworth. Row 4 will be Matt Burkhart and Paul Crumright, and row 5 will be Scott Brinson and Kevin Paskowicz. Row 6 will be Byron Rodney and Rob Lacavara. Row 7 will be Kevin O'Brien and Mark Walker. Row 8 will be James Bunce and Dominic Byrne. Row 9 will be Robert Hill Jr. and Chris Walker. And rounding out row 10 will be James McDavid and Tex Perry. And starting shotgun on the field in P21 will be Mr. Tony Rice. So let's go to the live feed now. We're going to take a look at Mr. Sage Karam. Not up on the grid yet. There they are, all lined up on the field. Waiting for them to all make their way out of pit road. Craven now up on the grid, just waiting for Sage Karam to grid up now. There he is. So looks like 21 cars set to take the grid here tonight. Gonna be very interesting. 125 laps here at Dover. Let's look forward to a nice little race here as they lead off into the track there. Only one lap here because it is 1 mile, so anything over half a mile, I'd say, or anything a mile and over is just 1 lap around the track. So Sage Karam only got 1 more circulation before we get this thing underway here. Into turn 3. We're waiting to get him going now. We're getting ready. Pace car looks like he's off now, and we're waiting for Sage Karam to get him going early here tonight. Rick Raven holding up the outside line. Look at Michael Jeans sticking to the back of Raven. There goes the pace car into pit road. You can see the fog there just holding things off there as we're underway here. 125 laps at Dover International Speedway are underway. Sage Karam going to lead him into turn 1. Rick Raven going to follow. Michael Jeans going to stick there in 3rd place. He's got Ronnie Osmer right on his tail. Carl Burke and Jeff Hollingsworth right behind him. This is going to be a lot of pack racing here tonight compared to last week's race where we where everybody gets spread out in the early runnings of this thing. A huge field here tonight. Back to Scott Brinson, who's leading a pack of drivers behind him. That's Byron Rodney right behind Scott Brinson there, and you can barely see a thing on camera right now. The long panning shots. There they all go. And it looks like Byron Rodney's going to make a move to the inside of Scott Brinson there. Gets it okay. Everybody seems to be racing cleanly. They're 3 wide behind Byron Rodney. Bob Lacavara in the middle. That is Mark Walker to the inside. Dominic Byrne is there as well. Right behind Walker. Where did Scott Brinson go? He fell all the way back to P14. He's sticking to that outside line. There's Robert Hill Jr. to the inside. There goes his championship rival from the DW12 season, Chris Walker, to the inside. So Brinson got problems early on, but back at the front. Got a huge pack of racing cars there. And they're all right together, so if one person slips up, this could end in disaster for a lot of drivers here tonight. As they go through turn 1, we're on lap 5 of 125 already. And we're under caution. And I said it was going to happen. Dominic Byrne and Robbie Hill Jr. in it. And they're going to be teammates at Spa, so not what you want to see in the early running of this race. Let's see. Oh, he got into it with Mark Walker. Was that Mark Walker? No. Not James, but David. Might have been Mark Walker. Let's go back and see. No, wasn't him. Wasn't Paskowicz. We're gonna see. We're gonna go back to Dominic Byrne and see who that was he got in with. It was Mark Walker. See him there. Makes a dive there. Gets into it with Mark Walker. Robbie Hill Jr. just a passenger there. So big incident there for the guys as their first caution is out here at Dover. Sage Karam bringing it behind the pace car now. We've got a few takers down pit road already. I apologise for the overlay. It's in the way. Yay. The leaders just making their way through turns 1 and 2 there. Looks like Michael Jeans made his way up to second ahead of Rick Raven. Robert Hill Jr. going into his spot. Matt Burkhart going there. Looks like Scott Brinson. Chris Walker. No, not Chris Walker. Tex Perry going to win that race out of pit road though. Great pit stop there for the number 85. Tony Rice going to come out second to pit road. Scott Brinson the next one out. Then Kevin Paskowicz. Jeff Hollingsworth the next one. Matt Burkhart still in his box there. Kevin O'Brien's going to be the next one to come out of pit road. James McDavid right behind him. Mark Walker the next one out. And looks like James Bunce is going to be the next one out ahead of Matt Burkhart. Burkhart's got issues there. Been in pit road for quite a while now. There he goes. He finally gets going. I think he was just letting everybody pass so he can be the last one to come out of pit road. That looks like it might have been the case. But anyway, back at the front, Sage Karam leading this piece, just as he did last week. Going to be a tough person to beat here tonight. But I'm pretty sure Michael Jeans, former Top Fuel Racing champion and winner on Wednesday at Phoenix, definitely up for the challenge. I want to give a quick mention to the weather here tonight. It is overcast tonight, as you can see, with the fog. Air temperature 87 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to give a track temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit, which is absolutely sweltering out there. So definitely something to consider there. And yeah, it's going to make the track very, very sticky. 2x2 again as they come out of turn, go into turn 3. Sage Karam going to get them going one more time. Lap 9 will be the lap we go on green again. Michael Jeans pulls up alongside him. Let's see what happens here. Sage Karam holding them down. He's going to wait until they get out of turn 4, I think, just like he did last time. You see them in the distance in the fog. And away we go. Into turn 1 they go with Sage Karam. Great restart. Even better restart for Rick Raven as he moves to the inside of Michael Jeans. Back up to second place. Carl Burke there just ahead of Ronnie Osbert. And Jeans going to try and work the outside line on Rick Raven. Oh, Jeans loses it. Takes Rick Raven with him. Paul Crumright gets a bit as well. Big incident there between Jeans and Rick Raven. Absolute disaster there for the 08. Go back and see that. Just lost the back end. Just came back down the track. And into Rick Raven. Tex Perry got a piece. It looks like Paul Crumright got a piece of it too. And another caution out on lap 10. Let's have a look at it from... Look at it from... You see him making a move on the outside there of Rick Raven. Turns it in. The back end just goes around on him. Rick Raven nowhere to go. Paul Cromroy nowhere to go. Tex Perry nowhere to go. And Michael Jeans, unfortunately, caught up in the catch fence. He's had to tow that. So big problems there for the 27th Season 2 champion. We're all caught up behind the pace car again. Robert Hill Jr. getting his lucky dog to get back on the lead lap. Dominic Byrne going to stay out and get a wave around once we go 1 to green, which shouldn't be too long. Pacing laps aren't very long in this series. You see those three drivers there behind the pace car: Dominic Byrne, Sage Karam, and Ronnie Osmer. All 3 drivers running for Phenomenal Evolution in Team XS, Team Actelion, and Team RTG respectively. Coming this Friday night, they are going to be set to go away for 24 hours of racing as they get behind the Ferrari 488 GT3 for the 24 hours of Spa. Going to be one hell of an event there. Another driver driving for PH Aware. Driving the PH Aware car. Byron Rodney, he's sitting in P4 right now, just ahead of Bob Lacavara. Only 5 drivers have actually stayed out during these 2 cautions. Tex Perry's had to bring it down pit side to get some repairs on his car after hitting flying Michael Jeans. Paul Cromroy still out there, even though he did get a piece of that incident there. I can't see if he's got any wing damage or not because the fog is very bad here tonight. Rick Raven, I believe, is back out of pit road. No, he's in pit road getting some damage fixed. Only front wing damage, thankfully. So he's not affected too bad by that. But regardless, Sage Karam, Rick Raven's teammate, is leading this thing. That pink car in front of you is Dominic Byrne. He'll be looking for a wave around once we go 1 to green, which should be when they come out of turn 4 here right now. The pace car goes across the line there. Lights do go off. There goes Dominic Byrne to get his wave around. As we go back to our leaders now, we're going to get them going one more time. Ronnie Osborne going to be the next one to challenge on the outside of row 1. Let's see what this man can do here tonight. Carl Burke and Byron Rodney on the 2nd row. Bob Lacavara is there as well. Kevin Pasquich is there as well. Jeff Hollingsworth is on the 2nd row with Byron Rodney. Apologies, my alarm is playing up with me. We're about to get him going once again. Here at Dover. Pace cars off. We're waiting for them to go again. Sage Karam going to lead them back to green. Out of turn number 4. Love this view. This panning shot of everybody coming across the line. Sage Karam gets him going one more time. Ronnie Osborne going to slide into 2nd place. Carl Burke going to move up to 3rd. Byron Rodney going to lose that 3rd place and looks like he's going to lose the 4th place to Jeff Hollingsworth. Jeff Hollingsworth takes the inside line on the 65. Bob Lacavara going to try it as well to get to the inside line but fails. And look at Ronnie Osborne working to the outside of Sage Karam to come out of turn 4. These 2 guys were the closest challengers for the win Last night, Ronnie Osmond was Sage Karam's closest challenger last week. Wants to go that one step further here tonight and actually get a win here. Still challenging to the outside. He's got some help with the teammate behind him. That's Kevin Paskowicz. A phenomenal evolution. Sage Karam is a teammate of sorts. The phenomenal evolution team with 4 different squads taken to the 24 Hours of Spa. Carl Burke challenging for that second place as well. Kevin Paskowicz giving Ronnie Osmond one hell of a push. Paul Crumrye there right behind them on that outside line. Byron Rodney continues to fall backwards. He is now in P7. And 3 wide there. Crumrye gonna take it through the middle. And Crumrye succeeds. Kevin O'Brien jumping to the bottom of the apron to avoid contact with anybody, and he does successfully. Great response there by the 184 as he's still falling backwards. He's just going to fall to the back of the field, and rightly so. Meanwhile, back at the front, Sage Karam still under pressure there by Ronnie Osmer, Carl Burke and Paul Crumrye up there as well. Byron Rodney's found his way back up to the front. Robert Hill Jr. is up there too. There is the driver of the 42 right behind Paul Crumrye. Gonna try the outside line. Paul Crumrye fends him off. Great defending there by the driver of the 8. Completing another lap now. We are on lap 19. About to complete another one as they go through 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, you can barely see him in that shot with the fog there. Ronnie Osmond still stuck to that outside line of the 3 of Sage Karam. Out of 2 now, everybody 2 abreast, apart from the stragglers at the back. Being led by James Bunce, I think it is. Yes, it is. We've got Tony Rice, Matt Burkhart, Kevin O'Brien is back there too after falling back intentionally. Rick Raven is at the back of that pack. Mark Walker all on his own. Michael Jeans is in that pack as well, but he is 2 laps down. Dominic Byrne is 3 laps down, but he's in that pack too. So everybody all together apart from a few people at the back. Ronnie Osmond still challenging for that lead, trying to get some side draft off the side of Sage Karam. Not sure if you can do that in a Pro Mazda. Clearly you can if that's the case. Tex Perry now moving up to 6th place. So positions changing very, very quickly in this race as it goes along. Down towards turn 3 they go. They're going to go and finish this lap and move on to lap 23. Out of turn 4, Ronnie Osmer. Still side by side with Sage Karam. How much longer can this last? Because remember, they're on older tyres. And actually, Paul Crumrye, who's sitting in P4 right now. That wing damage on the number 8 really not hurting him at all. They come out of turn 4 again. It looks like James Bunce and Kevin O'Brien have caught up to the back of... Actually, Tony Rice is there. He's actually got ahead of those. He's actually moving to the inside of Scott Brinson. Brinson in the Vinnie Paul Pantera machine. Not having the best of night here tonight. He's in the mid-pack near the back. Under pressure from Tony Rice and Kevin O'Brien. And they're still 2x2 at the front. Very close racing. Sage Karam still holding on to Lena Only Johnson. We got a wreck. Big one. We got big incidents there. That's Bob Lacavara. James Bunce is in it. We got looks like we got Robert Hill Jr. in it as well. Chris Walker. What happened? Tony Rice looks like he's in it as well. Yes, he is. He's got no front wing whatsoever. Got Brinson in it as well. Let's go back and find out what happened here. Oh, looked like an incident between Chris Walker and Dominic Byrne. Go to Chris Walker there. No, it was Bob Lacavara. He lost the back end of the car. Everybody else just had nowhere to go. Let's have a look at Bob Lacavara's point of view then. Robert Hill Jr. was right behind him. Robert Hill Jr. got into the back of him, so that's what happened there. Byrne involved in that. Everybody just wrecking around him. A big, big wrecks there. Let's see it from Scott Brinson's point of view. My mouse decides to work. See from his cockpit. See the incident between Lacavara and Robbie Hill Jr. there. Lacavara just came up the track. And Scott was another one that just had nowhere to go. Quite a number of cars involved in that. Tony Rice, Chris Walker, Bob Lacavara, obviously. Michael Jeans not involved in that, but he's still going. Robert Hill Jr. involved in that. Scott Brinson, as we already know, Scott involved in that. Dominic Byrne, unfortunately, putting his car behind the wall. Is our first retirement here tonight. As it looks like Sage Karam and everybody else behind him is taking it pit side. Rick Raven and Paul Crumright going out for some fresh tyres. It looked like that Robert Hill Jr. just got into the back of Bob Lacavara. Got some very, very damaged cars on that pit road right now. Rick Raven still got that rear wing damage on his car. Stemming from the first caution here tonight. No, the second caution, I apologise. The big, big incidents there already in this race. Paul Crumright, currently a leader. Rick Raven sits in second. Both cars got damage on that front row, so not sure how long they're going to hold off the leaders. Sage Carryman in third place, but he is on fresh tyres. Same for Ronnie Osmer, same for Tex Perry, same for Kevin Pasquich, same for Byron Rodney, same for Jeff Hollingsworth, same for James McDavid, and same for Tony Rice. But Tony Rice just been in pit road to get his fast repair after that incident there, bringing out caution number 3 on lap 25, I believe. As the lights are off on the pace car, they're going 2 by 2 once again. Coming out of turn 2. Going to get this thing going once again on lap 30 of 125. Less than 100 laps to go, and they'll go very quickly here. They say these Pro Masters are slow, but at a track like this, they're going to go very quickly. This is like Daytona for these guys, as I've already mentioned. Paul Crumright, glad to be at the front of this pack. With the track being like it is, and with the conditions being as they are, definitely want to be at the front for this one. As they come out of turn 4, pace cars off. Paul Crumright waiting for them to get going, and away he goes. We're on the green once again. Sage Karam is going to jump straight to the inside of his teammate Rick Raven. And Ronnie Osmond going to try and go with him. And that damage on the back of Rick Raven's car really going to hurt him now. It already has. He's dropped from 2nd to 4th as there goes Sage Karam to the outside of Paul Crumright. Wheel to wheel as they go through the corner. Out of turn 4 they go. Paul Crumroy just able to hold on to that lead there. Sage Karam working on that outside. Very close racing. Tex Perry up to 3rd place. Great position for the rookie. I hate calling him a rookie, but it is his debut race here, so he's a rookie. Kinda. Kevin Paskowicz up to 5th place as well. Oh, there goes Tex Perry! Perry's around! No caution, though. Go back and see what happened there. It was another case of him just losing the back end, and it was. Let's see that from a different angle. See him coming out of turn 4 there. Turn 2, sorry. Under the bridge, into turn 3. Yeah, the back end just stepped out and around he went. Thankfully, and unfortunately, he stayed below the white line. And it did not bring out the caution. Back up to speed again, but back at the front, Paul Crumroy. Still leading this thing. But only just ahead of Sage Karam. Byron Rodney moving up to the inside line that was occupied by Tex Perry. He's going to move up to 3rd. Osman's there as well. Kevin Paskowicz is there as well. But Jeff Hollingsworth is there too. Everybody all bunched together. James McDavid up to P7 now. Capitalising on a good result he got last week when he finished in P7. Rick Raven there in 8th. Chris Walker, no. Chris Walker going to move up to 8th now as Rick Raven still falling backwards in the field with that rear wing damage. Really needs to get that fixed here tonight. My mic is always low, Robert. I wouldn't say he killed everybody, Michael, but gave it a good try. But anyway, we're still watching this thing as they are on lap 36 of 125. Paul Crumroy still holding on to that lead from Sage Karam. Sage Karam getting a nice decent push from Jeff Hollingsworth there. Byron Rodney just holding on to it there on the inside line of Hollingsworth as they come out of turn 4 to complete lap 36 and move on to lap 37. Looks like Rick Raven's moving to the bottom line as he's going to move out of the way. He is. He realises he's got that rear wing damage and he doesn't want to get in anybody's way. So good move there by the 17. Meanwhile, back at the front, Paul Crumroy still defending from Sage Karam as they make their way through turn 4 again to complete lap 37. Laps are ticking off very quickly. Here we go, Sage Karam's around! Big wreck here at Dover. Absolute disaster for everybody there. Oh my goodness. Look back and see that. They come out of turn 4. Going into turn 1. Oh no! It was Jeff Hollingsworth. And we've said it before, pushing does not work in a open wheel car, and this proves it right here. Just gets the rear. Yeah, collects the rear transition tunnel. The rear. I don't know what to call it, but it gets him. Let's have a look at it from this cockpit view. That's what I'm suspecting will happen. Yeah, his wing got into the rear diffuser of Karam, switched him round. Crumroy got wrecked. Byron Rodney unfortunately hit the wall, pancaking the suspension. Michael Jeans is in that, and Jeans is behind the wall now. Chris Walker involved in that. Sage Karam's not going to be happy after that. And neither are a lot of drivers. Byron Rodney going to be one of them too, unhappy. Paul Crumroy definitely going to be unhappy. But that incident gives the lead of the race to James McDavid. Wow, that is not what you think would happen at this point in the race. But James McDavid is your leader regardless. And just for a second, we're going to step away. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Or a couple of seconds. I don't know. I'm not really good at keeping... I'm good at keeping promises. Yeah, anyway, we're going for an ad break. We'll be back.
You want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
And we're back live here at Dover, Delaware, the Monster Mile. This is the Vinnie Paul Psycho House. No, Psycho Holiday at the Monster Mile. I do apologise. As lights are off on the pace car again. James McDavid going to bring him back to the green. Carl Burke is in second. Ronnie Osmer is in third. Kevin Pasquich in fourth. And there goes the pace car. James McDavid. Let's see how he handles a restart at the front. Coming out of turn 4 now. Let's see what he does. And away we go. Green flag is out on lap 43 of 125. James McDavid, a decent restart there. But Ronnie Osborne going to jump straight to the inside. As Ronnie Osborne gives him a bump. Carl Burke almost ends up in the wall. Very aggressive move there by the 55. That's going to help Paskowicz up to second place now. And here comes Rick Raven going to move up to third as well. A bit of bumping and barging going on already as Kevin Pasquich going to work to the outside of Ronnie Osborne now as they go through turns 1 and 2. This track always confuses me as there is Rick Raven to the inside of Pasquich. Byron Rodney right behind him as well. Carl Burke has recovered. He's back there in P6. He's got Mark Walker behind him as we're under caution again. Kevin O'Brien is in pit road. Got Brinson. Oh, disaster there for the 14. See what happened. Coming up on the back of Tony Rice. Oh, it looked like the back end just went around on him again. Back again and see what happened. Yeah, caught that bump. Coming out of turn 2. They just switched him around. Unfortunate there for Brinson. As he's out of the car. And it looks like his race is done. Fortunate there for the 14. He was really looking forward to this race, and just to have it come undone like that, like it did. And yeah, unfortunate now for him. And joining us in the booth, joining me in the booth is Mr. Chris Walker. Chris, had a bad run here tonight. What's going on out there tonight?
It's a lot of real tight, close racing. It's a lot of fun down here in Dover. I'm at the Monster Mile. It's more like a bear tonight.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of people spinning by themselves here tonight. I think it's a case of people hitting the bumps there in the corners. Is that the case, or is that just how loose the car is tonight?
I think there's just one spot coming out of 3 and 4 that if you make a dramatic lane change, the back of the car without as much wing being in it, really makes the car step out like that. And then if you take it down a lot lower, then it's more prone to pop that backside out.
Yeah, we've just seen Scott Brinson just destroy his car coming out of turn 2. Actually, he was right behind Tony Rice and hit that bump, that infamous turn 2 bump, and it just switched his car around and planted him into the wall. So a lot of bumps around this track, and if they catch people out, they're going to really hurt people, and we've seen a lot of people get hurt here tonight because of it.
Yep, absolutely. It's just one of those things that we love about the Monster.
And it's proven to be a monster here. Vinnie Paul Spirit must be looking down and absolutely laughing at this one because he loves Carnage. He loved Carnage when he was alive.
Well, he's definitely getting some of that tonight. I think we've all been we're all on our last life here. I know the majority of us have used our fast repair already, so we'll see what the remaining part of the race looks like. Absolutely. For the ones that still join us late or whatever.
Absolutely, and we're you've been in pit road for 7 minutes now. Are you going to go back out there and try and finish this thing, or are you done for the night? I
will see what the car looks like in about 9 minutes.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, good to have you up in the booth, and yeah, we'll hopefully speak to you after the race.
Sounds good, Sam. Thank you very much.
As that was Chris Walker just joining me in the booth there for a second. Rick Raven just having a bit of a fire warming moment there, as he's just coming into turn 3. Don't get these corners wrong at Dover. Don't know why. Like drivers behind the wall so far here tonight. Dominic Byrne, Robert Hill Jr., 2 debutants here tonight having a terrible baptism of fire. 2017 Season 2 champion Michael Jeans, he's behind the wall unfortunately. Bat Burkhart, his drive is over tonight, he's behind the wall. Chris Walker, we just spoke to him there, he's going to try and get back out again before this is said and done. 9 minutes left on his repairs, and I'm pretty sure Scott Brinson is going to try and get back out before this is said and done as well. Anyway, the lights are off on the pace car. Ronnie Osmer picking the outside line here for this restart. Kevin Pasquich is on the front row with him. He's in second. Byron Rodney in third. Rick Raven, watch for him on this restart. He's back there in P4. But the man to watch for, that man, Sage Karam, he's back there in P8, but we've seen how he can make his way through a field, and he's looking to do so here again tonight. Carl Burke, 21 laps on his tyres. He got nerfed out of the way there by Ronnie Osmer when Ronnie Osmer was challenging for the lead. He was nerfed out of the way via James McDavid, who's back there in P10 now. But here we go. Through turns 3 and 4. There you go. Pace car is off. Ronnie Osmer not wasting any time, and we're underway again. Making the way towards turn 1. I said look out for Rick Raven, and already he's trying to make a move. Byron Rodney going to make a move on Kevin Pasquich on the outside. Rick Raven's going to try and go with him. Pasquich managed to defend him off so far here at this moment. And here comes Rick Raven, Sage Karam, sorry. Already up to P6. He's working on the back of Carl Burke. Not able to get around him as yet. As here comes Rick Raven, got one hell of a push. And Byron Rodney's around. Stays below the white line. Didn't hit anything, so able to get going again. Lucky for him. And unlucky for others because we're still under green here. Pasquich managing to hold on to second place. Sage Karam now has joined onto the back of this pack. He is right behind his teammate Rick Raven. Jeff Hollingsworth is there as well. The 6 cars up there with each other. James McDavid, Mark Walker and Tex Perry are all there as well. Tony Royce is there, the last driver. No, Byron Ron is the last driver on the lead lap, but Tony Royce is there with a severely damaged car. So I'm not sure what he's doing there, but Ronnie Osmer still leading this piece. He's got Rick Raven to his outside. What can Raven do here? I say watch out for him on the restart, and he's definitely proving that now. He's already up to P2. They've got to watch for those bumps going for the corners. They've caught so many people out here tonight. Side by side as they go into turn 1. Ronnie Osmer, small wheel on the apron there as they go out of turn 2. Into turn 3. Kevin Pasquich needs to hold his line a bit better there. Get a bit of an aero push there going alongside Sage Karam. Right ahead of Carl Burke. James McDavid there, back there in P7 now. Just ahead of Tex Perry. Ronnie Osmer still holding on to that first place, or is he? Because Rick Raven was actually given that time. Can Rick Raven get the lap at the line? No, Ronnie Osmer, give that one to Osmer as he leads 11 laps now. Pasquich still trying to stay behind the 55. Sage Karam looking to the outside. And there are 3 lanes up here in these cars, so you can run the top, the middle, or the bottom. That's why I say it's like Daytona for these guys. And Sage Karam looks to the outside again. Not enough of a push there for the 3. Out of turn 2. Under the bridge they go into turn 3. Ronnie Osmer still leading this thing. Kevin Pasquich there, back there in 3rd. Just holding off Sage Karam. Getting a bit squirrely coming out of 4. James Bunce back there is 1 lap down. He's the first driver a lap down. He's right behind his good friend Tex Perry. Perry is the last driver in that pack. Well, not the last driver in that pack, because there is Tony Rice with Kevin O'Brien right ahead of him. Obviously, O'Brien was caught up in that in the big one, so he's a lap down. Bob Crumright is with that pack, but he is 3 laps down. Same for Bob Lacavara, but he's just a bit away from that pack. Scott Brinson still in pit road, serving some damage. Ronnie Osmer still leading this piece. As caution is out again, that is Kevin Pasquich in trouble. Let's see what happened. Back end stepped out again. Those bumps from the corner really causing these drivers problems here tonight. But didn't hit anything. Just a normal caution incident there. Just a self spin. And he can just get up and go again. Just recollect his thoughts. They're now behind the pace car. Ronnie Osmer is your leader. Rick Raven is in 2nd. Sage Karam there in 3rd. It looks like Ronnie Osmer is going to bring him pit side. And he does. Raven and Karam come with him. Burke's going to be coming in as well. Hollingsworth, McDavid, Walker, Perry, Paskowicz, Rice. Rodney's going to be coming as well. Bunce is still out because the pit road is not open for lap cars right now. O'Brien going to stay out. Paul Crumroy going to stay out. Lacavara going to stay out. So, and it looks like James Bunce just got the lucky dog. So good for the man in the number 9. Classic Williams scheme there on that ProMaster. Very, very nice looking paint scheme. So we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. Oh, oh, oh. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is going to get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
You join us here at Dover. Pit stops have already happened. We're having fun here tonight. 6 cautions in. Lap 62 of 125. We're all having fun here, aren't we? We're having fun. Great, yeah. I'm having fun. I'm always having fun. But anyway, that's lap 62 of 125. Sage Cameron's going to lead them back to the green here. Got the inside line there. He's picked the inside line for his restart. As here he comes out of turn 3. Please let it be turn 3. Getting it all wrong all the time. Yeah, it's turn 3. I'm good. I'm good at this thing. As pace cars off, we're going to get them going in once again on lap 63. And away we go. Everybody off to a decent start here. As they make their way into turn 1. Ronnie Osmond going to try and challenge the outside line on Sage Karam. Rick Raven right there too. And people got to be careful with these lines through the corners. I've seen so many drivers make mistakes by hitting the bumps and the car just going round on them. Kevin Paskowicz being the latest victim. He's back there in P10 now. Warren Rodney just ahead of him. He recovered from a self-spin as well. Unfortunately, the caution did not come out for him, so he was forced to fall way back. Still got 13 drivers on the lead lap, but Sage Karam is the man at the point right now. Under some serious pressure, though, from Ronnie Osmer. Ronnie Osmer just came back home today from North Carolina. He's going to college in the autumn, or in the fall. So he'll be saying goodbye to iRacing for a while as we're under caution once again. Kevin Paskowicz going for another spin. What is going on? Backhand stepping out again. Falling victim to those bumps again. The backhand just not liking this course right now. Still no damage. But it's got to be disheartening to have yet another spin and bring out 2 cautions in a row for the 11. Wouldn't like to be in that cockpit right now. But under caution once again. They're behind the pace car. I'm sweating buckets right now. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, because it's summer and it's hot. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, then make sure you leave a like on what you're seeing. If you want to see more, just hit the subscribe button. Let's pay attention and let's show a bit of love to the Facebook chat because I know they'll be watching too. I have 25% of my battery. For what? Anyway. I will get some interviews in. Don't worry. I know I've only spoken to Chris Walker. Everybody loves to hear Chris Walker talk, right? So we got Chris Samard in the chat tonight. Good to see you there, Chris. Aaron Vincent is in the chat. Yeah, dense fog here tonight, so very, very tricky visuals here tonight for the people in the cockpit anyway, especially if you're all spread out and you can't see the car way ahead of you, especially if they've had a wreck. But luckily that is not the case here tonight. We have got lots of pack racing here at Dover. In the YouTube chat, just want to give a shout out to Bastard Sprinkler 3000. That's Kevin Rickard to me and some other people. Good to see you in the chat there. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Yeah, just as he said. Do what the man says. As it looks like the lights are going to go off on the pace car this time round. Find out when he comes out of turn 4. Al Burke behind the wall now. Chris Walker, he's back out on track again. Finally got that damage fixed. Got Brinson. Still not coming out of pit road yet. He's been in pit road for 19 minutes now. So unfortunate there for the driver of the 14, but looks like the lights are going to go off this time round on the pace car. Let's find out. Yeah, they do. Yeah, buddy. So Ronnie Osmer going to take his place alongside Sage Caron. No, he's going to try and race the pace car. Ronnie, you're a funny boy. But here we go. Going to get them to green once again. I see you can take the advantage here at Dover. Nobody's taken a clear advantage of the track, able to get away in the lead. Everybody all bunched together, all racing hard for that win. Sage Caron led the most laps here tonight. He's led 33 of them. Ronnie Osmond is going to be the second man that's led the most laps here tonight. But we're on lap 69. Love that number. Anyway, lap 69. About to get them restarted on lap 70. The pace car is off. As they come out of turn 4. Sage Caron going to get them going again. Lap 17. We're under green once again. Ronnie Osmond tried to drop down to defend from Rick Raven, but Rick Raven a Bit too quick off the mark for that one, as Rick Raven's going to try the outside line on Sage Karen by the looks of things. And he is, so Rick Raven up to P2. And he's going to challenge his teammate for the lead on the outside line with Ronnie Osborne right behind and Jeff Hollingsworth right there as well. Byron Rodney back up there as well, so good run there for the driver of the 65. Mark Walker there too. Out of turn 2 they come. And still Sage Karen leads this thing. Rick Raven going to get a nice push going into turn 1 though. Didn't get enough of it though. Sage Karen got a better run through turn 1 and through turn 2. Tex Perry, the last man in that little pack there with Kevin O'Brien on his outside. Kevin O'Brien back on the lead lap now. Kevin Paskowicz is in P7, albeit with rear wing damage. He's got James McDavid to his outside. McDavid having another great run here tonight. And don't forget, at the end of this broadcast, I will be picking a Bofa Driver of the Night. That's a new segment I've been trying out last couple of days. No money involved, it's just the honour of having Driver of the Night. That's worth having. Almost as good as a race win, apparently, so I've heard. Rick Raven still challenging on the outside of Sage Karen as they go through 3 and 4. Pinching down slightly on Hollingsworth to try and get a bit of side draft. Just like Lucas Oil, very difficult to overtake here. Only difference is on this track you need enough of a good push from the driver behind you, just like you would at Daytona or Talladega. It's a super speedway for these guys. And it's a fun little series that Top Fuel Racing are hosting. If you guys are if anybody's interested in joining this field and seeing how you can fare in the Pro Mazda against these guys, then just put your name down in the comments below after this broadcast is finished, and we'll see about getting you hooked up, getting you out in that car. And let's not forget, 1 week from Wednesday, we are off to Donington Park and we start a new era in Top Fuel Racing. Round 1 of 2018 Season 2 begins at Donington Park in the IR18. That is going to be an absolute barn burner. Be sure to check that out live on both Broadcasting. No interruptions, just all out racing. And it's going to be ever closer for the championship this season. It's just going to be brilliant next season. I'm going to be in that. Racing along the likes of Scott Brinson, Michael Jeans, Sage Karen, Rick Raven. I've gotten to know Rick Raven over the last few weeks. He's a good guy. He's a very good guy. He's a very clean racer as well. As you can see here tonight, he's still challenging on the outside of his teammate. Got a slight nose out in front there. As the pack are actually catching up to the back of Bob Lacavara. Lacavara is 3 laps down. He's about to go 4 laps down. You can see him right there just coming out of turn 2. And the pack are right there behind him. There they are. It seems like Rick Raven's getting better runs on the back straight, but not able to hold on to it through turns 3 and 4. Sage Karen getting much better speed through there. And Sage Karen now leads lap 45. His 45th lap, sorry. And we're on lap 81 now of 125, so we're getting closer to the end. And this is the longest run we've seen all night tonight as they're going to the inside of Bob Lacavara. Lacavara doing the right thing, staying out of the way. Good on him. And I know Bob Lacavara is a very good guy. He knows how to race clean, and he did that here right now. Just gets out of the way, lets the other guys race it out, and they are racing it out here. Sage Karam's just still able to hold on against his teammate Rick Raven through turns 3 and 4. Raven still not able to get ahead of him, going for those final 2 corners. Still close though. 33 thousandths of a second between Karam and Raven. Hollingsworth and Osmer just there as well. Byron Rodney still holding on to 5th place. James McDavid though challenging that though. James McDavid going to get a better run on the outside. James McDavid's going to move up to the top 5. So good run there by the 96. Paskowicz up to 7th as well. Despite everything he's been through, he's still there. Mark Walker's still there. Tex Perry, he's been through a lot as well tonight. He's in P9. Kevin O'Brien, he's been through the most tonight. He's in P10. Good run for him. James Bunt's there in P11. Just ahead of Paul Crumright and... well, he's racing with Paul Crumright. Although James Bunt is on the lead lap. Paul Crumright is a lap down. Chris Walker's taking his car back into pit road, but back at the front. Still side by side here as they come out of turn 2. And I think this is going to fall down to green flag pit stops to see who is going to get the advantage here. It's going to be a pit strategy race by the looks of things. They come towards turn 3 again. Rickenford got a bit of a better run going through there. Still not able to do it though. Still getting less speed than Karam coming out of turn 4. Again, 33 thousandths of a second between the two. A lot of status quo there between the top 2. Ronnie Osborne and Hollingsworth still stationary behind them. You've got James McDavid and Byron Rodney also there as well. McDavid got a slight bit of wing damage. Not hindering him too much. David Kevin Paskowicz, he's got a bit of rear wing damage. But it's not hurting him too much. He's there in P7. I'm surely we're going to see soon who is going to take the initiative and go down pit road. Paige Karam still holding on to the lead. Rick Raven there in second. And in 1.5 laps time, we're going to be 25 laps to go here. I'm pretty sure we haven't seen the last of this yet. Rick Raven still holding on to that second place. Ronnie Osmond's had enough of waiting. He's going to try the outside line now. That's kind of hurt him a bit though. Hollingsworth managing to get over 3rd place there. He's going to try the outside line again. Coming out of turn 4 now. What's Ronnie Osmond going to do? He's still going to try that outside line. Going into turn 1. Not getting enough momentum though. Very much trying to create a 3rd lineup there. Nobody going with him. As it looks like Sage Carroll's going to bring a pit side. As you see him there. Bringing it in now. He did this last week at Lucas Oil. Was the first one down pit road. Won it on fuel strategy. So he's playing that game again. Rick Raven takes over the lead. Jeff Hollingsworth going to file into 2nd place. It looks like Raven's going to come in this time round, and he does. Mark Walker going to follow him into pit road as well. Green flag pit stops are underway here. Gets him well down nicely. Is Hollingsworth going to bring him down now? Ronnie Osmond there. James McDavid there. Byron Rodney still there. Osmond's in. Rodney's in. Paskowicz is in. Oh, Osmond's around. Osmond's around. Got it into the grass. It looked like he hit the wall as well. big disaster there for Ronnie Osborne. That's going to cost him time. That might just help Rick Raven. If definitely not. Sage Karam, as he comes out of turn 4, he's going to take the position away from Raven. As here comes Sage Karam now. But Hollingsworth in pit road as well now. James McDavid's going to take over the lead here. He's led 6 laps of this race. Kevin O'Brien up to 2nd place now. Tex Perry is in 3rd. James Bunce is in pit road. So is James McDavid going to bring him down? How long is he going to stay out there? He's on 30 lap old tyres. Kevin O'Brien, not far behind him, he's on 29 lap old tyres. Out of turn 2 now. And still they stay out. So interesting strategy here with the 96 and the 184. O'Brien going to try and challenge to the outside of McDavid now. Nakavara, very slow off pit road there. As here comes O'Brien. O'Brien took the lead from McDavid. McDavid really wearing it down for pit road. O'Brien able to take advantage. Perry's going to stay out. And we've seen Tex Perry on both broadcasting before in the Pro Mazda and the Little Wings, or the Little Indy that we saw a couple of months ago. And he has got experience in that car. He knows how to drive that car. He's proven that here now. Leading this thing, he's not been down pit road just yet. Coming up to the back of his good friend James Bunce there. Meanwhile, Sage Karam is going to move back up into 3rd place now, because there goes James McDavid just leaving his box. And there he goes up to 2nd place now. Kevin O'Brien just coming out of pit road as well. Tex Perry now brings it pit side. So Perry going to be the last man to bring it down pit side. Sage Karam going to get the lap back. And Rick Raven is caught up to the back of him. They're side by side. So everybody's still together here despite the pit stops. And did I see that right? Scott Brinson's back out on track. Good to see you back out there, Scott. Keep your foot in it. Get to the end. You can do this. He's got a pack of angry dogs right behind him. There is Sage Karam and Rick Raven. Right there. Tex Perry just coming out of his pit stop now. And stay on the lead lap, hopefully. So those are your leaders and your winners after the pit stops. Ronnie Osborne, how he's managed to stay up there is beyond me after that spin in going into pit road. Still there regardless as they're catching up to Byron Rodney. What's happened to Rodney there? He's got some severe wing damage. He's going to move out of the way and let them by. We are 25 laps to go here. I was wrong. I apologise. Anyway. Rick Raven still working on the outside of Sage Karam. Can he find a way past the number 3? His very own teammate. Karam carrying some wing damage. What a race this is turning out to be for these guys. On a nice green flag run now, everybody able to run alongside each other. Very nicely, very calmly, very cleanly, as they say in the north of England. Kevin Paskowicz up to P6 now. He's just behind that pack. Got his rear wing fixed. Good to see there for the 11. Kevin O'Brien finished his pit stop. He's in P7. Going to try and chase down Kevin Paskowicz. Not able to do it so far. Lost a bit of time there through those corners. Sage Karam still alongside Rick Raven still challenging for that lead. Gets a better run on the outside. He's got nobody pushing him this time. The 21 laps to go here now as they cross the line. And towards turn 3, Rick Raven got a nose out in front there. Not able to consolidate it as they go into turn 3. Mark Walker up to 4th place. Great position for that man. James McDavid there in P8. Ahead of Tex Perry, who's all on his own right now in P9. Byron Rodney, the last man in the top 10. He's with the lead pack right behind his teammate Kevin Paskowicz. 19 laps to go here. And who's going to get the advantage here? Rick Raven looks like the closest challenger to Sage Karam now as they come out of 2. Karam just stuck to that bottom line there, not giving up any inch to his teammate, and especially not to Jeff Hollinsworth, who's right behind him there. Hollinsworth would love to get a win here tonight. Same for Mark Walker, and especially the same for Rick Raven. Raven's had an impressive run in this league so far tonight, this year, since he joined a few months back. Got a top 5 in his debut in the DW12s, and they're coming up on Bob Lacavara again. But the win has eluded him so far. As they come out of turn 4. Rick Raven actually got that lap. It looked like he got that lap. I don't know. 17 laps to go here. And they're coming up on Scott Brinson. Brinson, beware. Got a pack of angry dogs behind you. Look at them right there. And here they come. Brinson's going to stay to the outside and let them by, and he does. Great decision there by the 14 and league owner and Big Pantera fan, Mr. Scott Brinson. All round good guy. Become one of my best friends in the he's become one of my best friends. Scott Brinson is actually up to P16. Scott Brinson, so won't be long before he starts making up positions now. Carl Burke behind the wall ahead of him. Tony Rice behind the wall ahead of him. And they're only a couple of laps behind it. There's only a couple of laps behind him. He's actually going to pass Carl Burke this time round. So he's going to move up to P15. So back in the top 15 there for the 14 driver. Meanwhile, back at the front, Sage Karam still under pressure from Rick Raven. With 14 laps to go here. About to be 13 laps to go. Next time by. There we go. Who is going to take advantage here? It's very status quo here. Rick Raven in 2nd, Jeff Hollinsworth in 3rd, Mark Walker in 4th, Ronnie Osmer. Not sure what's going on with him. He is in P5. Got a bit of wing damage. Kevin Paskowicz in 6th. 7th is Kevin O'Brien. James McDavid is back there in P8. Tex Perry all on his own in P9. Byron Rodney P10. Paul Crumry in 11th. He's in a nice little battling pack there. They just passed Scott Brinson again. James Bunson's there in 12th. Bob Lacavara 7 laps down in 13th. Chris Walker's still on pit road. He must have just decided to park it after being so many laps down. That hasn't stopped Scott Brinson though. So who's going to take advantage here? We're 11 laps to go here at Dover. And that has been the burning question here. Can Rick Raven do something on that outside line? He's not been able to do anything so far. Out of turn 4. We are now 10 laps to go here at Dover. And it's very close. Sage Karam got the advantage. Glued to that bottom line. Not giving anybody an inch. has led 71 laps here tonight. Raven gets a slight nose out in front there as they go through 3 and 4, but doesn't keep it. Got no help up there. 1/10 of a second, the gap between Raven and Karam. Almost locking wheels there as they went through turn 2. That was a bit close for comfort there, Mr. Raven. And Mr. Karam. Last thing we want is to see a wreck between these two guys. They've been racing so well here tonight. 8 laps to go here. It's getting down to it. Jeff Hollingsworth is another one. If he can work this correctly, he can actually pit. Oh, Sage Karam is going pit side. Some problems for Sage Karam. Sage Karam's going down to pit road. That's going to give the lead to Rick Raven. Rick Raven is your new leader here at Dover. What has happened to Sage as he's dropped down to P6? He's actually brought in pit side. Big drama here already. That's turned on its head because Rick Raven now has control of the field. Question is, what can Jeff Hollingsworth do here? Six laps to go here at Dover. Through turns 1 and 2. Raven's still holding on. They're just coming past Byron Rodney now. Raven's going to bring a pit side too. That's going to give the lead of the race over to Jeff Hollingsworth. They're not going to be able to make it on fuel. I do not know what is going on here, but people taking it down pit road very close to the end of the race. Jeff Hollingsworth is your leader. Mark Walker is up to second. Ronnie Osmer is in third. You're seeing there at the top of your picture, Kevin Pasquich behind him in fourth. Is Hollingsworth going to bring it in? Don't know. With 4 laps to go. Very, very interesting strategies here. It looks like Mark Walker's coming down pit road. Hollingsworth is going to stay out. It's going to be 3 laps to go here. He's going to try and run it to the end. Osmer and Pasquich going to stay out. So with 3 laps to go, Jeff Hollingsworth leads this thing. He's not going in. He's going to try and run it to the end, and why would he not? He's got the clearest advantage here. Coming out of turn 4, 2 laps to go. The popsicle sticks are out for the number 97. Jeff Hollingsworth looks odds on to win this race here now. Big changes near the end of the race. Sage Karam, Mark Walker and Rick Raven all taking it down pit road. Now through turns 3 and 4, 1 lap to go. The white flag is out for Jeff Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth has got 1 more circulation to go. Wasn't expecting this to happen. Was staying with the leaders all the way through. Dual strategy not paying off for them. And now it's paid off for Jeff Hollingsworth as he's going to make his way through turns 3 and 4. Jeff Hollingsworth is out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Can he make it to the line? And he does. Jeff Hollingsworth just makes it to the line. Wins here at Dover. Kevin O'Brien's going to come across the line for second. James McDavid comes across the line for third. I think that is our driver of the night here tonight. Mr. James McDavid wins the driver of the night award, the BOFA driver of the night award. Another great ride here for the 96, but the night belongs to Jeff Hollingsworth. A great result here for the man driving the 97. He is out of fuel. I'm trying to find a decent picture. And there it is. Found the decent picture. Anyway, that is our winner, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. A very, very shaken up field there at the end, after some people had to take it down pit road. So we are going to speak to our top 3 right now. James McDavid is going to be the first one up. Where is he? I want to speak to him. He's not here. What is going on? Oh no, we're not going to get a word in with James McDavid. Disaster. Okay, let's speak to our second place finisher, Mr. Kevin O'Brien. And Kevin O'Brien is in the booth with me right now. Kevin, you've had a very up and down race. Coming home with the second place here tonight. I bet you weren't expecting that, were you?
I was actually.
Were you?
with everyone going into the pits just way before lap 97, lap 98, I'm like, yeah, if I can make it to 97, I've got us. But I didn't expect Jeff to be about 10 seconds ahead of us, and oh man, that was crazy.
Absolutely, and it all just fell into your lap, especially after Sage Karam and everybody ahead of you decided to take down pit road. I wasn't expecting that either at this point in this race. It was just very surprising, but yeah, just talk us through your race, Kevin. There, you've had a very up and down race, as I've already mentioned. Just tell us your experience out there tonight.
It's the same as every week, Sam. You get caught up in someone else's mess, and you got to start all over again and push up and whatnot. And same thing again. Get caught up in a mess, try to recover, start attacking, start taking positions, kick some butt.
As you do, and
yeah, the setup was good. The track's perfect. What more do you want?
Absolutely, it definitely fell into your lap here tonight, Kevin. You took that attacking spirit and it paid off for you here tonight. Moving ahead to next week, though, Kevin, we head to New Hampshire. Just give you your thoughts on that track and what do you think you can do for these guys?
Oh, I hate that place. Just hate it. Can't get nothing at that track. So, hopefully I can stay consistent for next week and try to get another top 5 finish.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the second place here, Kevin. I know you've been looking for that top 3 finish for a long, long time, whether it be in this series or in the DW12 series. So well deserved here tonight. Does anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
Pretty much the 2 teammates, Scott and Paul. They've had a couple bad ones in the last couple of weeks, and I usually try to keep them calm and whatnot, keep them happy, and same thing again. They actually supported me throughout the whole race, so just want to say thanks to them too.
Okay, Kevin. Well, one more time, congratulations on the well-deserved second place. And
thanks, Sam.
You're very welcome, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, man.
You're very welcome.
Oh man, woo!
I can see you're happy about that. But anyway, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire, buddy.
Catch you, Sam.
That was our second place finisher, Mr. Kevin O'Brien. Very happy there to come home with the podium. And why wouldn't you be? After such an up and down race, he is right there in the second spot. Let's speak to our winner now, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. Really fell into his lap with those late pit stops. And Jeff, you were right there with the leaders. Were you expecting him to pit near the end there?
Yeah, I was. I was expecting him to pit, and I fell back under Sage there and just ran three-quarter throttle the whole rest of the way until they pit.
Yeah, you run that tank right to Dooms there. I saw you like creeping across the line with the engine spluttering.
Yeah.
Very interesting strategy, but it paid off for you here tonight. Just talk us through your experience of the race. I know there was a lot of people having self-spins here tonight due to the bumpiness of the track and other things like that. But yeah, just tell us your experience out there tonight and just tell us how it felt for you out there.
It was nut to butt. We were right on each other the whole time. And, you know, I had that on, I was drafting Sage on the outside there when I caused that big one. And I just didn't think I was as close as I was, and gave him a nudge there. And I tried to turn. And anyway, I caused a big one there. So apologies to everybody. But anyways, it was rough, man. Riding behind people like that, all that many laps, a lot of concentration and stuff. But I figured the fuel thing when they pit under green the first time, and I ran my tank dry then too, and that was my strategy from then on out, just to ride behind him and watch him pit, and hopefully have enough. And I just had enough.
Yeah, you absolutely did, and you absolutely surprised everybody by staying out as long as you did, and you brought home the win here tonight. Your winner here at Dover International Speedway. Well, Jeff, next week we head to New Hampshire. Just give us your thoughts on that track and what you reckon you've got for these guys there.
Well, I'm new to the whole open wheel stuff, so I love New Hampshire and anything NASCAR, so hopefully I'll do well there. But I have fun with this league. I've never done nothing like this, so I'm glad to be here. Scott putting it on, inviting me over here, and racing with these top dogs and this open wheel stuff, man. It's been a lot of fun for me, and watching the broadcast is always fun. You guys do an excellent job, so shout out to y'all too.
Well, I was about to ask you if you wanted to do any shout outs. It looks like you've already answered my question anyway, so but anyway, Jeff, fantastic win here tonight. Well deserved. You've stayed in it for the whole thing, and definitely paid off for you here tonight. So congratulations one more time, and we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Thank you, my friend, and you have a good week.
Congrats on your win there, Jeff.
Thank you, Scotty.
That was our race winner, Mr. Jeff Hollingsworth. Just going to go back and talk to Mr. James McDavid now. James, I believe this is you right now. Mr. McDavid. Nope.
He just came in, whoever that person is, it might be.
There he is. James McDavid, the Beaufort driver of the night, and well deserved here. Coming home with the third place here tonight. Were you expecting that result, or did you were you just hoping for the best here tonight?
Well, I guess could be cocky and say, oh yes, had it all the time, but considering I didn't take one lap here, didn't even qualify, I'm very happy with what I got.
And yeah, everybody seems to be happy with the way things finished here tonight. Very close racing, and James, you've had a really, really good start to the season. 2 top 10s in a row, 7th at Lucas Oil, and now 3rd place on the podium here tonight. Your season's really kicking off already here tonight, isn't it?
Oh yeah, last week was more of a gut it out and try to survive. Tonight I saw that the people who had trouble were on the inside lane, even though it was a little faster. So I tried to stay more on the outside, and then the last caution I went ahead and got fuel because I knew if I got it then I could make it with just one more stop if I pushed. And then I figured everybody else would have to make 2 more. So I was hoping at the end I was right, and it kind of worked out that way.
Absolutely, definitely worked out for you there, James. And well, next week we head to New Hampshire. You've had 2 good finishes on 2 different types of track here. Now we go to the flat service of New Hampshire. Just give us your thoughts on that track and what you reckon you got for these guys there.
I'll probably have to do what I've been doing, stay in the back, try to figure out what in the world's going on, watch the other good guys run their race, and try to capitalize on any mistakes they make.
Absolutely. Well, James McDavid, we have awarded you the Beaufort Driver of the Night award, so that's a bit of extra pride for you there tonight.
Isn't that a $100 reward for that?
No, there's no money involved, just a bit of pride. I wish I could give you money, but I'm not that rich, unfortunately. But anyway, Beaufort Driver of the Night, you finished in 3rd here tonight. Great result for yourself. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
Oh, yeah, my wife and my little one. They always let me get in here and run my race and just make sure that nobody messes with me. So I just appreciate them every day.
Absolutely. Well, James, congratulations one more time. Our biggest supporter in the YouTube live chat, so you're always there. So good to have you always there as well. Congratulations one more time, and yeah, we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, thanks for all what you do.
You're very welcome.
Good job, James.
Well, that was James McDavid. Scott, not the race you wanted here tonight, but definitely exciting finish here tonight.
Yeah, there the first half of the race, I was a little worried about it. We had a flaw with the car that ultimately wound up getting me. I got Kevin a couple times. Luckily, he didn't hit anything. But yeah, it's just one of them nights. But I've had a lot of success, so I'm not going to sit here and sulk over it. Night goes on, life goes on, and we'll move on to New Hampshire.
Absolutely. I mean, with the pack racing it was, and at a track like this, you'd expect more caution. So, in a sense, 7 cautions.
Definitely.
7 cautions is actually not that bad if you think about it.
No, it second half of the race, it really leveled out and it became quite a little race. I watched most of the second half. I was sitting there waiting for the car to get repaired. And I will say I did go back out and pick up 3 spots for whatever that's worth. I pride myself in not getting DNFs, so I sat there and watched a little bit of the race, and it was definitely tight, competitive racing. That high line really couldn't do much. I wish there would have been a little something more I could do with the set. But there really wasn't. So it pretty much was just run the bottom line and you're golden. That's pretty much what you saw. And then ironically there at the end, it came down to fuel strategy.
Absolutely. And I will make a confession. When you came out of pit road there, I was actually cheering you on. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but I was like, yes, Scott, keep your foot in it. Get to the end. Get in the top 15. And you did. You came home in 14th. Surprisingly, everything you've been through, to come home in P14 with the 21 drivers who started here tonight, it's still pretty damn impressive, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be proud with that at least.
Well, just like I said, I pride myself. If I can get back out there, I'm going to get as many laps in as I can. And I'm just trained to try to get as many points as I can. That's going to kill me as far as winning the Light Series Championship with a finish like that. But, yeah, I just getting ready for next season, man. I don't want to get out of the habit of not getting back out there and going for every point I can, because you never know. It could come down to a point or two, and if you just leave it in the pits and you leave them points out on the track, it could come back to haunt you later on.
Absolutely. Just want to get your thoughts on the overall racing here. We've had we've had a few incidents with wrecks and stuff like that, but as we get closer to the end of the racing, the finishes are out of this world exciting. Is that the same feeling you're getting as well? Because we've had 2 exciting finishes here this season so far.
Yeah, even last week I was in the heat of the battle of it, and this week, you know, even being so many laps down, I'm in there. Brian, who came home second. I wasn't up here for his interview, but that's a hell of a job for Kevin, man. He's been here a long time and running a lot of races, and you know, he battles to get in that top 5, and you know, he didn't get a lot of podiums, and tonight he's standing up there, damn near won the race. You know, had we went a lap further, you know, Hollingsworth ran out of fuel there coming to the flag. So I don't know if he said that in his interview or not, but he was out of fuel. Kevin would have won the race. But luckily for Hollingsworth, it ended at 125. But still, great job to my teammate coming home second. It was exciting because I was living it through him.
Yeah, I did tell him when I spoke to him that he's had so much bad luck lately, either in this series or in the DW12 series. It's about time it paid off for him, and for it to fall in his lap like that, and for him to come home in second place has really got to be a really big stress reliever. And yeah, you could hear the relief in his voice when I spoke to him earlier, and he really enjoyed that finish here tonight.
Oh, I bet he did. I bet he did. I know that's going to feel pretty good to him and build up some confidence going into New Hampshire, where no telling what kind of race that'll be next week.
And towards the brand new IR18 series as well. That'll give him some confidence going towards that too. Yeah, Scott, next week we do go to New Hampshire. Just give us your thoughts on that.
Well, the last time we were there, it was a halfway decent race. It was hard to pass there. I do remember that. You could get good runs on the straightaways, but going through the corners, it was hard to hold your momentum on that outer line. Kind of same thing here, but it wasn't really pack racing. So if we can get some longer green flag runs with the shorter fuel loads, could possibly turn it into, you know, a normal little race instead of pack racing. And it could turn out to be halfway decent. I'm kind of surprised with how this series has gone, because with this series, it's hit or miss with the cautions. Either the races can be really clustered up or not. And we've gotten lucky so far. Lucas Oil, I was kind of expecting it to be more of a race. This one, I was expecting double-digit cautions, and we didn't hit that. So that's awesome. Thumbs up.
Really successful night here tonight. Well, Scott, one more thing before I let you go. Anybody like to give a shout out here tonight?
I just want to thank you, Sam, for offering to cover the light series this season. Like I told you, man, I was expecting this not to be broadcasted, but I appreciate you showing up here and taking the time out of your night and broadcasting the race so everybody can go back and watch it. I also want to thank the drivers for coming out. We had a bunch of new guys here tonight. I think we had 5 or 6 new people that had never raced here before in Top Fuel, and they raced here tonight. So welcome to the new people, and thanks for supporting the league from all the veterans that came out tonight that have been here for a long time or just joined recently, whenever. Without you guys, we can't have races, so thank you very much. And lastly, just thank all the sponsors, Discount Nutrition, PK Motorsports, AZ Direct, Joint Chiefs of Staff Fantasy Football League, and I think that covers just about everybody. And, of course, BOFA Broadcasting.
Absolutely. Just one more thing before you do go, Scott. Just want to get, because we're not going to be on the air before, well, we're going to be speaking again on Thursday with Somo, but before that, just want to get your thoughts on Friday night, because we got a huge race coming up on that night.
Yes, sir. And before I give you my thoughts on that, lastly, I want to thank my girlfriend who supports me and all this racing that I do, and is always cheering me on, is my biggest supporter, and even made a T-shirt with my number on the back of it, went the whole 9 yards. You know how they do that girlfriend thing. She's totally into it. I love her to death. Brittany, I love you to death, sweetheart. I love the kids, Hayden and Faith, to death, and I love my mom. And I hope you all at least enjoyed the race of what it was, even though I wasn't in it for the most part. So. But to answer your question, Sam, yes, I'm nervous and I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a absolute great event on Friday night. That's the 24 hours of Spa that's coming up this Friday. I will try and broadcast what I can of it, but obviously I'm going to be behind the wheel, so it's not going to be much to see. But I
was going to ask you about that, how much of the race was going to actually be broadcasted and which splits were going to be broadcasted and all that sort of thing. We can talk about that after the race.
Absolutely. And speaking of which, I've got some practicing to do, so we've got better get on with this broadcast. But anyway, Scott, great speaking to you again tonight, and sorry for the unlucky for the result, but I'm sure you'll get him back next week.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We'll see him in New Hampshire. We'll be there. I'm gonna rock that scheme again too, man. And I gotta thank you for making that for me. I feel unsatisfied tonight, so we're gonna be bringing it back to New Hampshire next week.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Scott, and I'll speak to you after the broadcast.
All right, Sam.
Well, that was our league owner, Mr. Scott Brinson, joining me in the booth there. Well, let's go to our results for the race. After a scintillating finish, I'm sure you guys that were watching enjoyed that one. Jeff Hollingsworth, running out of fuel just through turns 3 and 4, brings home the win. Kevin O'Brien coming home very happy in second place. And in third place was another very happy man, Mr. James McDavid. Ronnie Osmer coming home for fourth place. Tex Perry in fifth on his debut, top 5 for that man, so good finish for him. James Bunt on his debut coming home in 6th. Sage Karam having to pit late on, comes home in 7th. Kevin Pasquich 8th. Rick Raven also pitting late on, finishing 9th, and another late pit stop maker, Mark Walker, rounds out the top 10. In 11th was Byron Rodney. 12th was Paul Crumroy. What could have been for him? He was leading a good few laps here tonight, but unfortunately was in an incident with, I believe it was Michael Jeans. No, somebody. Anyway, it was in an incident there, which put him on the back foot, but he comes home in 12th place. 13th was Bob Lacavara. Scott Brinson, we just spoke to him there, came home in 14th. He was the last car running. 49 laps down, but he made it to the end, so good on him for staying in it and getting into the top 15 after being in P17 for the longest time. 15th was Tony Rice, 16th Carl Burke, 17th Chris Walker, 18th Matt Burkhart, 19th Michael Jeans, 20th Robert Hill Jr., and rounding out the field of 21 drivers was Dominic Byrne. Well, tonight we're going to end in a bit of silence here as we're going to pay tribute to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Vinnie Paul. Died about a month ago. Living legend. As we're going to, we're not going to go out in silence. We are going to go and play Cowboys from Hell one more time as we pay tribute to the man known as Vinnie Paul.
Is she still up here? Oh, are you? Okay, I'm sorry. Oops.